Ekabo family, and welcome to Monday Mornings with Iya Funlayo, where we are getting our motivation to get started through the week. As I say each and every time we come together, if you are here listening to the sound of my voice in this year of 2025, I need you to give thanks. I need you to give praise. I need you to feel happy, glad in your spirit, because that means that you are still here in the land of the living. You are still here, able to walk towards your destiny, and we give thanks for that. We are thankful to Olodumare. We are thankful to our ancestors. We are thankful to our Orisha. We are thankful to all of the divinities that support us, the Loa, the Fulta, the Nkisi, each and every one, the Abosum, each and every one of our divinities that support us, our spirit guides, our own intuition. We're thankful for it all. We are thankful to start another calendar year together. We say Eku Odun Tun Tun. Those of you who have taken Yoruba with me, you know about that. Eku Odun Tun Tun. Tun Tun means new. Odun, of course, is the year. So we are greeting for the new year, and we are grateful to have arrived here together. Yes, we pray for the year to be smooth and gentle. In Yoruba, the proverb says, Ki odun fun abo, ki odun labo fun wa. Ki odun labo fun wa. Meaning that the year should be female for us. The year should be smooth. The year should be nurturing to us. The year should be generative to us. The year should be good to us, bringing wealth, bringing um, unseen things to the surface, bringing, things to closure that need to come to closure, right? Understanding cycles and things of that nature. So we pray that all of that happens for us in 2025. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. And I give thanks for each and every one of you. I give thanks to have arrived in the new year with you. And you know how we do it. We going for the first time this year together. Salute our precious Ori. We know what Ifa tells us, that whatever it is that we need, house, spouse, that money, yeah, we've got to ask our Ori. We have to align with our inner selves. So go on ahead and touch your precious head this morning. Use both hands. Put both hands on that head for the first time together in 2025. As we say our chants from Otura Obe and get it tuned up for the year. Hey, Kajini Kutu Kutu. Kamomu Ohuni Pinko Pin. Difo Funo Lomo Aji Bare Pade Lola. Ẹ̀mí ni mo jí ní kùtùkùtù tí mo mú òun ní pínkópín. Ẹ̀mí ni mo bá ajé àti ìrè lónìí àti lọ́la. Ẹ̀mí ni mo jí ní kùtùkùtù tí mo mú òun ní pínkópín. Ẹ̀mí ni mo bá ajé àti òkìkí ìrè lónìí àti lọ́la. Àṣẹ o, àṣẹ o, àṣẹ o. Yes, now we know that means that when we wake up early in the morning, in the kutu kutu, early in the morning, and give honor to our destiny, it is through doing that that we will meet with good things, not only today, listen, also tomorrow. It says, Emini, I am the one who wakes up early in the morning in the kutu kutu and gives honor to my destiny. And therefore, I am the one who's going to meet with wealth, who's going to meet with health, who's going to meet with all the good things. Oh, Kiki, Ray, the recognition of my people. Not only today, but also tomorrow, all throughout 2025 and beyond. Ashe, 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 Ashe. So we pray that over ourselves and each other, that we should all meet with good things. We should all meet with good things, not only today, Loni, but also tomorrow, Lola. And we give thanks. For being here together. We give thanks for being here in community. We give thanks for being in the world, for having breath. Listen, there are those who are not here with us in this new year. Right on New Year's Eve, I got the news of a, a dear one's passing. Right at in the 11th hour. Right, there are some that did not make it into this year with us, and so we absolutely give thanks and know that each moment that we get to spend in this marketplace, each moment that we get to cultivate ourselves, each moment that we get to enjoy and experience and by doing grab sweetness from life is absolutely a blessing. And so we give thanks for the blessing. We give thanks for the blessing. We give thanks for the blessing. Ashe, 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 ashe. I want to share that in 2025, we are introducing something new, a couple of new things. But the new thing I'll share with you for today is that these sessions will now be recorded and posted on YouTube. But don't you worry, our private commentary here in the room is going to stay in the room. So you'll notice that I am now going to be opening up the floor for you to speak after I deliver the message, and we will stop the recording at that point. So we will still have our beautiful little bubble to be able to share with each other here, but the wider community will get to benefit from the recaps of the lessons as well as our message for the week. So I am very grateful to be doing that and to be able to share that with us. And I pray that it is fruitful and spreads our message and word beyond our room here together. Ashe, 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 ashe. Yes, come on now, Natasha. We expanded with ease. We doing it easy like Sunday morning. Ashe, 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 and give thanks for that. Ashe. Oh, thank y'all for all of that beautiful love and positive feedback. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. So if you wasn't with us on yesterday, on the first Sunday of the year, I'm gonna need you to go on back and check out the replay, get that story. But very briefly, very briefly, very briefly, the story was from Ejogbe, the first Odu, which is fitting, right? The first Odu on the first Sunday of the year, and was about an Orisha we don't hear about very much at all, called Oke. Oke is the spirit of the mountain, deeply, 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 deeply associated with Obatala. So deeply, in fact, that Obatala is often almost synonymous with okay and embodied in the mountain. But okay is the spirit of the mountain. Okay is the spirit of high places. And many times when we pray, we say, I like to give you something a little extra. We say to take us higher, right? Take us higher to loke, loke, right? Loke. You'll hear that in some of the songs for the Orisha, meaning we are higher. We want to be taken higher. And what does that mean? It means we're not only just talking about status, right? But remember what we think about when we think about being higher in terms of Obatala and being higher on that mountaintop is having perspective, right? Is having understanding, is having, the ability to see beyond whatever the current situation and moment might be, right? And so okay is very important as an energy. And as I shared, there are some rituals that can be done with okay that are often traditionally done at the beginning of the year to bring ourselves higher, to bring ourselves into the year with success, with ease. And so it's beautiful to be able to share about okay yesterday. And in this particular story, okay had not grown into the mountain yet, but was still a small hill. And the different tools, the hoe, the shovel, the pickaxe, were picking at the hill and chipping away at it. And okay was feeling a little bad. Like, listen, I feel like I'm supposed to be bigger and taller, but all these tools are picking at me and making me small. And I don't know how to get to the bigness that I feel like I'm supposed to have. And so, okay, of course, did what we should all do and ran to Orumila, ran for divination, and asked Orumila what the issue was and got divination. And of course, what came out was Ijogbe, the first Odu of Ifa. And in that Ijogbe, um, Orumila advised Okay to make an ebo, and Okay made the ebo that would make Okay impervious to its enemies, to its those that would seek to cut it down. And so the next time, after doing the ebo, the next time the pickaxe and the shovel came to try to chip away at Okay, every time they struck, Okay would get bigger. And Okay would grow taller and bigger and taller and bigger and taller with each strike of the shovel, each strike of the pickaxe, each strike of the hammer, the machete, any of those tools, all of Ogun's tools in the pot were striking at Okay. And Okay was becoming bigger and taller and bigger and taller until it grew into the mighty mountain that we know today. Ashe, ashe, ashe. And of course, so many lessons out of this story. The primary one, right, taking us into the year and giving us our first statement of the year. And still I rise, and still I rise, of course, inspired by the late great Maya Angelou, that no matter what, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what comes against us, we rise. No matter what tries to chip away at us, we rise. No matter what attacks us, we rise, right? That we get stronger and that we get bigger and that we grow greater. And so I pray that for us. We know that the pickaxes and the shovels and the hammers and the machetes are going to come. And so I pray that as these different things strike out at us, as they will, because life, right? um, that we are able to grow stronger and bigger and stronger and bigger and stronger and bigger in the process. Yes, Chris, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Give thanks. Oh, and Sharon, how powerful. Okay, was so powerful. I shared with my 11-year-old daughter to boost her confidence. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Listen, I love, and deeply encourage sharing these lessons with your children, with your families, particularly our children. We, especially if when we move away, right, from one form of maybe the form of spirituality or the particular places where we were raised, it's very important to replace that with something, right? And so that we don't create a vacuum where there's nothing. And so please do share these things with your children, involve them in your rituals, allow them and invite them to help maintain the ancestral altars because those are their ancestors too, right? Get them started on the path in a beautiful way and really, share everything with them. In the Ifa Orisha 101 lesson that I did, which is now over 50,000 views. Y'all been watching that. Give thanks, and learning from it. That does my heart good. I talk about how for some time we excluded children from these Africana practices. Why? Because, of course, as we know, our practices were heavily persecuted by even the threat of death, and children couldn't be trusted, right? Not to say something inappropriate at in an opportune time, right? Not to say this is what we were doing or say something that would reveal what was happening. And so children would not be brought to ceremonies or shown certain things. And so, that was for protection, but we are absolutely out of that stage at this point, right? Although we still do face persecution, although we do still face some discrimination as African spiritual practitioners, don't get it twisted. We absolutely do still face discrimination and all of that. But the only way, right, the only way to shift that and combat that is to share it with our children and to bring them up in it, right? And to use the opportunities that we retell the stories and the lessons as an opportunity for us to deepen our own knowledge and to cement the lessons into our minds. So give thanks to those of you who share with all of your family members. Tisha says, I do this with my brother and immediate family and friends. Beautiful. It's made them aware of beliefs outside of those we've been conditioned to. Ashe, I love to hear that. And of course, Natasha and Grace, yes, running through the house and said, sorry, ancestors. Oh, I love that. I love that. Bumping into things. That is so precious. That is so precious. And that I give thanks. I give thanks for all of this sharing and for this beautiful, beautiful community. And I encourage you to continue sharing and, again, using it as an opportunity to deepen your own knowledge. Chris says, I share with my wife. She has been helping me with rituals for the past year. I love it. I love it. I love it. Give thanks. Give thanks. Listen, each one teach one. I can't be everywhere, right? So y'all take the lessons, y'all take the knowledge and spread it and share it. And I love, love to hear that. Ashe, ashe, ashe. You're gonna get a little bonus today too, because I was at give thanks to the community led by Attila Khadija in New York City, the Manyansa community, of which I am affiliated, and my Baba, Oluwole Fakunle, who many of you are familiar with from the summit and beyond, reads Ifa. We have a beautiful reading of the year every year where there are readings done in the Senegalese Eji tradition, and Ifa reading, and it's a beautiful time of community and sharing messages for the community. And so, on yesterday, we had that reading. On yesterday, Lana, we had the reading. And interestingly, I love how spirit works, because what was revealed yesterday, Ogunda Ofun, coming in Ire, Ogunda Ofun. So this is one of the energies that is with us for the year. And people often ask, like, which readings do we pay attention to? Which readings do we use? Listen, Ifa says, those who know don't die like those who don't go know, right? So good advice is good advice, however we choose to follow it, right? And so for me, I at least take a glance at all the readings that come out for the year, because my thing is, there's multiple energies that, that circulate for the year. Now, as well, it's important for each one of us to have our own personal readings for the year as well, whether we do that with me in a spiritual reading, whether we do that through an Ifa reading or some other type of reading. We have layers to this, right? There's levels to this. So we have our own, we have community readings. We have a few worldwide readings that happen. There's typically a reading that happens in Cuba for the Orisha community of the world. There's a reading during the Yoruba New Year in June that comes out for the world. This reading happens for the community that I just mentioned. We also do have a house reading at Ile Ashe Ray, which I share with you all because it's for us in the Ashe Ray community. So, all of this to say, it doesn't mean that you have to follow every single directive of every single reading you come across, because obviously that would be challenging, right? And you drive yourself crazy trying to do that. However, taking and understanding the advice and using your own intuition to feel into what really feels aligned for you is important. And so the alignment between the message that I shared yesterday from Ejogbe, Ogunda Ofun, speaks to us similarly of not being able to be destroyed by enemies or by things that seek to take us down. And in Ogunda Ofun, this is a story I've told at prayer before. This is where the prodigiosa, the abamonda plant, which is also called siempre viva or never die, is fortified, right? That the plant at one point was very weak, and if one even stepped on it, it would immediately die. And Obatala fortified this plant so that it was much stronger, and that it not only would it not be weak, but that it would never die. And so after that, an enemy sought to come against the plant. And every time they tried something, they tried to burn it, they tried to cut it, they tried to drown it, right? It would just come back more proliferate, and grow and grow and grow. Similar to this story of okay. And so, that energy is absolutely with us, with that being the first story Spirit led me to for the new year. And then the Odu of Ogunda Ofun revealing that this is absolutely going to be a year of resilience for us. But what does that mean though? If we got to be resilient, if we got to be resilient, if we got to be resilient, that means what? That there will be challenges, right? We will have challenges this year, but we will be able to overcome them. We will have challenges this year, but we will be able to overcome them. We will have the strength of Ogun with us. We will have the cleverness and peace and ease of Obatala with us. Ashe. And so it literally was the perfect message to be revealed after our story yesterday. And still I rise with ease, right? We got that Ogun energy and we come through it with ease. So we give thanks for that. We give thanks for that. It did come in Ire as well. So the blessings that are coming from Ogunda Ofun, I pray that they expand to you and that you receive all of the blessings of success, resilience. That confidence is going to be important this year, and moving forward and taking action. Listen, we always talk about those three seats of Ori, right? Our head, our gut, and our feet. The feet, the feet, the feet. 2025 is a feet year. It's a feet year. Okay. We need to be moving our feet. We need to be taking action. Right. 2025 is a 9 year, which speaks to completion. So this is going to be a year to complete things. This is going to be a year to take action on things you've been thinking about and praying on and talking about and, pontificating about. This is the year to do them. This is the year to take the action. And so we give thanks for that energy. And we also look forward to the energy that will be revealed in the reading that will happen for Ile Ashe Ire coming up soon, which I will also share with you. And have a session where I'll share some messages from all of the readings. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Give thanks, family. Give thanks. Let's see what Spirit has to say for us. Our first message. Our first message for the year. Coming from my trusty and beautiful. Whoa, okay. We'll just jump on out like that. Listen, ease, right? Just make it easy. I went to shuffle and it was like, no, you ain't even got to do all that. Here you go. Well, of course, I shuffled a little bit before I started, but absolutely. Thank you, Spirit, bringing that right out. Of course, 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is our first message for the year. What a beautiful message. The 9 of Cups is the card of wishes, the card of manifestation, the card of asking for what you want and getting it, right? So, talking about action, we have to be clear about what we want so that we can take action. A lot of times we don't take action because we're not even really clear about what it is that we're trying to do or where we're trying to go or what we're trying to get. And so the 9 of Cups says, be clear about what you want and state it out loud and ask for it. Say yes if you're asked a yes or no question. Say no or yes or no. This is important. Listen to me right here, because a lot of us do this. And my Virgo Capricorn rising Obatala self be frustrated with this sometimes. If somebody asks you if you want something, listen to me very carefully. And I'm especially talking to my sisters. It's because we have been conditioned to hedge everything that we say. There's a couple of things I want us to do this year. Number one, if somebody asks us if we want something, I want us to answer directly. I want us to answer directly. I want us to say, yes, I want it, or no, I don't. Before we go into any explanations and well, maybe if it's not too much trouble and if you can manage and if if was a fifth and if and doing all of that, just say yes or no, right? Because all of that the dot don't even matter if you don't want it, right? If you're asked if you want something and you don't want it, you don't even have to go through all of that explanation. No, no, thank you. And that's it, right? Or yes, I would love that, right? Very, very important because we definitely, we have been trained to not really state and not really be clear about what it is that we want, right? And saying a clear yes or a clear no. And that's actually a message from Ogunda Ofuna as well, being direct and clear, right? But that doesn't mean we're being confrontational, demanding any of these negative connotations that we may have around that. But it means that we're being clear, right? Be clear. Yes, I want it. No, I don't want it, right? That's important. That's important. I see y'all lighting up the chat with that. Give thanks. Yes, let's be straightforward. All you gotta do, come on, Aleke, is say yes. All you gotta do is say yes. If you want something, then just say yes. Right? Yes, I want it. No, I don't want it. Right? Don't start explaining before you answer. Right? So, and that goes deeper into the idea that we don't have to explain ourselves. Not wanting to do something, right, is enough of an explanation. No, no, thank you. I don't want to go. I don't want that. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm good right now. That's enough. You don't have to explain why your mama's cat, making up craziness. Done got the, mama cat done got sick and I can't leave a cat in the house. And the stove was on and whatever, right? We ain't got to do all that. We ain't got to do all that. Just say no, right? Or just say yes. That's something that's very, 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 very important this year. Yes, Tisha, not questioning our yeses or nos, right? Whatever it is, it's okay to want or not want. That's important. That hit me this weekend when I was speaking to someone, and I was like, okay, we're gonna work on this as a community and know that we can own what we want. And so this Nine of Cups energy is absolutely about owning what we want, right? Owning what we want, saying what we want, declaring what we want, being comfortable with wanting. Come on, somebody, being comfortable with wanting. Because we've been trained to feel like we're not supposed to want nothing. So very important. Nine of Cups energy. Say what you mean, say what you want, say it with your chest, right? And know that you can have it, right? And especially you can have it if you put those feet in motion and do the work and walk towards it. Ashe, 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 ashe. Give thanks, give thanks. Come on, Natasha said the Nine of Cups holds our tea, that time, energy, and attention. Listen, I might have to give our sister that gave me that a real boost and bonus on extra prayers, extra blessings, because I love that. Iya love an acronym, and that T is just it. Listen, don't spill your tea. Don't spill your tea. Keep your time, energy, and attention where it needs to be, Ashe, and let it be on what you need and what you want this year. Put you first. It's okay. It's not selfish. It's necessary, right? It is necessary. It is necessary. It is necessary because you have to be in a strong position to be able to do all the fabulousness that you are meant to do, right? To be able to walk in your destiny. So we give thanks to that Nine of Cups and we give thanks to clarity and we give thanks to portals being open for us to receive the things that we pray for. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Another message that came to through the reading, one of the readings from yesterday was to be concise and direct in our prayers, right? So Spirit has been talking about this, like, You ain't some of y'all be rambling and explaining the spirit why you want things. And if it's nobody else you could be direct with, I need you to be direct with spirit, right? Ancestors, maybe if you could find it in your heart, if you got time to maybe think about doing this thing for me. No, yeah, baba, I need this. I need you to do it for me today. I need it right now. Like, listen, this is what they doing right now. It's working for you. They got time. You ain't gotta you ain't gotta crow them and be, oh well, and maybe if you yeah, if I've been good enough, if I've been, no, just declare and ask for what it is that you want directly. Be direct with spirit and keep it concise. You ain't got to do the 30-minute Pentecostal prayers for it to count. Okay? Keep it concise. I give thanks. I give thanks and I pray for my blessings to continue, right? I give thanks for what I got and I pray for more. Ashe, right? Very, very clear, very concise. We ain't got to take 10 hours with it, right? We give thanks and we ask for more. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Right. So those are a couple of them messages coming from the Nine of Cups and from all of the things that were revealed to spirit from spirit yesterday. Ashe, ashe, ashe. That's right. Ain't no pussyfooting around here. Say it with your chest. Say it loud. Say it strong and declare it and believe it. That's the thing. A lot of the times when we be hedging and her humming is because we actually don't believe that we can have whatever it is that we're asking for, whether we're talking about asking for it from spirit or from another person, right? We're already telling ourselves no in our heads, which is why we feel like we got to explain it and do all of this before we say, yes, I want it, right? And so, very, very, very important for us to be direct and say what we want. And our crystal ally opening up the year. Beautiful, beautiful selenite, of course, right? Cleansing and clearing us, making us like liquid light, fluid and flexible, raising our vibration. It says when selenite appears, its message to you is to keep moving, keep on moving, don't stop, no. Keep on moving past your challenges. Your sight's always on raising your vibration, being like liquid light, illuminating fluid and flexible. For even the earth and her rocks, stones, and crystals change and reveal more of themselves over time. Selenite's message is that whatever the pace of change, you must yield. Listen, you must yield your expectations about how things should be so that you can discover the beauty in how they are. I'm going to say that one more time. You must yield your expectations about how things should be so that you can discover the beauty in how they are. Mm? Many of us rob ourselves of joy. Many of us rob ourselves of ease. Many of us rob ourselves of happiness because instead of enjoying where we're at and what's going on, we're already weeks into the future. We're still in the past about what didn't happen last week. We're thinking about what we don't think is going to happen next week, all of these different things, right? And we don't allow ourselves to be present and we don't allow ourselves to feel joy and happiness in what we are doing in the moment, right? And so selenite says, stop that, right? Allow yourself to be peaceful. Yes, Chris, thank you, our resident crystal expert. Purification, peace, protection, mental clarity, and higher consciousness. Yes, this is what we are entering 2025 with, right? We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. I see them coming down some of y'all street. Just, wave the selenite over yourself, right? And pray for that flexibility, right? Selenite helps us to be flexible, helps us to see the beauty in the moment, helps us to laugh through our challenges. That's something Black folk are real good at. One of the reasons we can make jokes about any and everything, and I love us for it, right? is that we know how to bring light to dark situations, right? We know how to bring light into challenges. We know how to continue to experience joy even through the challenges. If we given scraps, we gonna make scrap pie and it's gonna be better than the pie made from the better parts, right? We're gonna do and we're going to persevere and we're gonna find our joy and find our enjoyment. Come on, good times, scratching and surviving. Yes, right? We and all of us don't get it twisted, right? In life, Ifa says that we are scraping, right? Listen to all of these verbs that are used. When we're getting sweetness, we're grabbing it. We're scraping knowledge. We're scraping up blessings, right? Listen to these verbs that are being used. So it's not saying that the blessings and stuff is just going to fall on us, right? But that we scratch it and we scrape it and we choose it and we collect it and we pull it towards ourselves. Mm? We recognize, come on, with the Kendrick quotes, that we deserve it all, right? We deserve it all and we can have it all. And there will always be sacrifices. Listen, none of us will always have everything, every single thing that we want all of the time, right? There's going to be some sacrifices, but and being able to be flexible through that, right, is what selenite encourages us to do. So this is definitely one of those that we should have as we open the year. Having a piece. It's one. I have a beautiful selenite uh, wand that I use to clean myself and just run it over my body and hold it next to my head, and to help with some mental clarity and some, cleansing off of energies. It's wonderful. I have a big piece that I wear sometimes, right, to help keep those negative vibes at bay and keep myself in alignment and light. And so, again, just recognizing, someone asked yesterday, what do we do? What do we do when we feel things mounting and building up on us? It's like that's the time that you got to pray more. You got to do your spiritual baths more, right? We've talked about this before. Sometimes people feel like, oh, well, I can't talk to my ancestors until I'm healed or until I'm better. I can't do spiritual things until I'm at a certain point. And I'm like, well, how do you get to that point if you're not doing the spiritual things? Right? If you're not doing the baths and you're not talking to your ancestors and you're not praying and you're not doing X, Y, and Z, how do you think you're going to get there? Right? It's the tool to help you get there. It's not like you got to come with that already done. So we give thanks for that. We give thanks for all of the messages from Spirit that we have received. We are so, so, so grateful for this time together. If you have felt blessed by these messages this morning, you are lovingly invited, as always, to participate in the ministry of giving. You can do that via Cash App, $ Iya Funlayo, Venmo at Ashe Ure, and using the email address funlayo at asheure.com for PayPal and Zelle. I give thanks for all of the cents and seeds that you sow into the ministry, for all of the offerings that were given yesterday, for all of those that will come today. And I remind you, as always, that the most important and valuable thing that you have is not money, possessions, or none of that. It is your tea that you don't want to spill, your time, your energy, and your attention. And so I pray that you spend those in places and with people who uplift you, in places and with people who remind you of your resilience and your beauty, and in places and with people who help you to grab sweetness and scrape blessings every day of your life. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Oh.